welcome back to my channel. It's Megan, and today we are doing a spooky slash fall TBR. These are the books I would like to prioritize and make sure I read this fall slash spooky season. Right off the rip, I want to absolutely read this series. I've always heard so many good things about it throughout every fall season. It's always recommended. I need to get to this. And that would be the Stalking the Jack the Ripper series by Carrie Maniscalco. This is a, I want to say like steampunky fantasy slash historical fiction. That's the word I'm looking for. Like a historical fantasy almost. Urban fantasy. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Historical, urban, fantasy, mystery. Definitely spooky vibes, and I cannot wait to read this one. I really hope I enjoy it. And of course, it wouldn't be spooky season without some spooky books. So I would love to actually read some of these classics. We have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, as well as Frankenstein. I would actually love to read these classic horror novels. I'm a huge wimp, so I'm interested to see how I'll handle them, but I really want to learn the original sources of all of these amazing stories that I've heard over and over between Frankenstein and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and find that source material and read it for myself. Next, I would love to finish my Gods and Monsters quartet. It starts with Darkness Becomes Her. I read this back in 2019, I believe, and it follows a young girl who is essentially the daughter of, actually I'm not gonna say because that is a huge plot twist now that I'm saying it out loud, but she goes to, I believe it's, where is it? New Orleans. She goes to New Orleans and discovers she's not so different after all as like she's thought all this time, and she starts to pick up on some other things, and there's a big reveal on whose daughter she is at the end. And then we have A Beautiful Evil, The Wicked Within, and then Heart of Stone are the next three. I still need to pick up Heart of Stone, but I would love to finish this series this month, and Gods and Monsters fits with that spooky theme. Sticking with that keeping up with series or reading series theme, I would love to read The Damned and the Righteous. These are the next two of the Beautiful Quartet by Renee Ahdieh. I loved The Beautiful. I can't believe I haven't picked these up yet. And then The Ruined doesn't come out till next year, I believe, but it has now been announced, so we have all four announced. I would love to read these in anticipation for The Ruined. The Beautiful is a historical, paranormal, urban fantasy romance. There's a lot going on. Essentially, our main character, she ran away from home to escape a secret and then was kind of lured into the underground and seduced, or like, I don't know if seduced is the right word, but like invited into the underground, and it turns out she gets wrapped up in things that she never thought even existed before. I'm trying to remember which book it was with the, oh my gosh, duh. I don't know why I didn't pull these. So I have Kingdom of the Cursed, or Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, and then Kingdom of the Feared is coming out this fall. I need to pick up Kingdom of the Feared. In this, we are following two twins. One is brutally murdered, and the other twin is kind of on this like murder mystery investigation and ends up in a romance with and making a deal with, I guess, this world's devil. So, so good. And oh my gosh, Kingdom of the Wicked was good, but Kingdom of the Cursed was just on a whole nother level. Like, blew my mind. So good. So good. Cannot wait to read Kingdom of the Feared and see what we get from that. And Carrie Maniscalco also wrote these, which is even more exciting for me to read Stalking Jack the Ripper. Next isn't necessarily spooky, but it definitely gives fall vibes. I would love to read the Bone Crier's Moon duet. This is Bone Crier's Moon and Bone Crier's Dawn. We are following a young girl. I believe this is the one, I could be mixing up synopsis, so bear with me, but I believe this is the one where she has to kill her true, like she has to find her true love and then kill him in order to obtain her full power or something like that. So they bone criers have a sacred duty. They alone can keep the dead from preying on the living, but their power to ferry the spirits of the dead into Goddess Alara's night heavens or Tyrus's underworld comes from sacrifice. The gods demand a promise of dedication at the cost of the bone crier's one true love. Okay. Oh, it's so good. It sounds so good. I can't wait to read these. Next, I'd love to read Book of Night by Holly Black. This is a highly anticipated book. The other books aren't out yet, but I do want to read this one because I own a couple copies of it from book boxes, and I want to know if this is worth keeping and then eventually buying the special edition books, or if it's not worth my time, kind of thing. So go ahead and investigate now for the future, for future Megan's wallet. That is essentially what we're doing. I could say the same about the Atlas 6. It's not quite on my TBR, but I mean, it's on my eventual TBR, but it's not on my priority TBR. But if I have time, I would also like to get to the Atlas 6. Next is The Strange Case of the Alchemist Daughter by Theodora Goss. This is pitched to me, at least, as like a grown-up Monsters High. So we are following the daughter and like other children of famous horror characters, and they're going to an academy. I could be 100% wrong. That's what it was pitched to me as. That's why I picked it up. I've not read the synopsis for myself because why would I do the work myself? Ugh, no. But I just never have had a deep infatuation with reading the synopsis before going into it. I just like having a little snippet to go from and then diving in. So if that's actually what it's about, I will be sure to let you know. If not, I will also be sure to let you know, but we'll find out together. Next is The Coldest Touch by Isabel Sterling. This is a standalone contemporary paranormal type book in which we are following a young girl who has been cursed with the touch of death, or rather every time she touches someone she can like foresee their death and know how they're going to die. And then we're also following a vampire who is tasked with shepherding her into her new role with this curse, and I believe it's a sapphic romance as well, so I'm excited to see where this one goes. And the final book on my fall TBR, although I'm sure I have many others I would love to read, these are just the ones that I'm prioritizing this fall, is The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. For centuries, witches have maintained the climate, their power peaking in the season of their birth, but their control is faltering as the atmosphere becomes more erratic. All hope lies with Clara, whose rare magic is tied to every season. So it sounds like an elemental magic witch type thing. I just came off the high of Avatar: The Last Airbender watching, so this sounds right up my alley. I know it's probably nothing like that. I'm not going in with the anticipation of it being like Avatar. I just like that elemental magic tidbit. It has a beautiful hardback. That is it. But those are the books I would like to pick up this fall. Let me know what is prioritized on your list. If you need some recommendations, you can watch this video right here. And it's all my fall book recommendations for the year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll check in with you in my next one. Bye, friends.